Deoccupation and reintegration of Crimea now occupied by Russia, persecution of Crimean Tatars by Russians on the peninsula, resistance of Ukrainian citizens living in temporarily occupied Crimea. On the 10th anniversary of the Russian occupation of the Autonomous Republic, the Crimean Forum 26-14 was held in Kiev. The main message: Russia's war against Ukraine began in Crimea and it must end there.
We must fight for the people in Crimea and in all other temporarily occupied parts of Ukraine. We must fight for the full restoration of the power of international law, power in relation to Crimea, and therefore any other land. We must fight for the right of the Crimean Tatar people, like any other people, the right to live in their own home.
Germany, Great Britain, Czech Republic, Japan, USA. The forum was attended by official representatives and analysts from many partner countries of Ukraine in order for the work on deoccupation of the peninsula, strikes on the Kerch Bridge and disabling the Black Sea Fleet of the aggressor country to continue successfully. Kiev needs stable and long-term defense assistance from its allies.
Maximum consolidation around Ukraine in all aspects, in all directions. First of all, these are weapons, finances. There is no need to be modest here. They simply must understand that they are obliged to save their countries and their people, and they have no other choice but to start saving themselves from the defense of Ukraine. The world's response to the occupation of Ukrainian Crimea and Donbass was not sufficient. It was not sufficient to deter the Kremlin regime from taking further, more aggressive steps. Today, more countries around the world are beginning to understand that Russia will not stop with Ukraine, just as it did not stop with the occupation of Crimea. Therefore, repeating the mistakes of the past today will cost the world incomparably more. And our task today is to convey this simple truth to the world.
Ukraine must have a clear plan according to which it will act immediately after the liberation of Crimea, release of political prisoners, creation of regional military administrations, bringing collaborators to justice using the already created personnel reserve. A change plan is also being developed for the education sector.
The occupation has lasted 10 years and Russia has been planting mental mines in people's minds. It is important for us to clear these mines safely. This means what we will do in education, how we will return Ukrainian education. Of course, this should not be carried out blatantly, because the Ukrainian language has not been taught there for 10 years. There has been no Ukrainian education for 10 years. The children have not seen this and the teachers have not worked with these programs. It is important for us to implement this, but to also have a transition period for this.
Russia not only occupied the territory of Crimea, but it also continues to spread anti-Western and anti-Ukrainian propaganda among the population, so Ukraine must develop a systematic approach to the cognitive deoccupation of the peninsula, taking into account the uniqueness of the situation, forum experts said. We are talking about such areas of life as culture and religion. The representative office of the President of Ukraine in the Autonomous Republic of Crimea believes that this process may take from 10 years to the change of the next generation. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Valeria Nekipelova, UATV News.